Okay, now I'm going to start putting some dirt and grass down, and the dirt I got is, well, it's real dirt. Got it from out of my garden, and just dug it up, baked the dirt in the oven. If you do that at home, find a cheap aluminum pan, just throw it in there and bake it so you get all the water out. Plus, you can have fun with your kids. Just kind of say, hey, look what's for dinner. That'll get them all worked up. And I didn't sift any of this. I just took the dirt and ground it down between two chunks of patio, not patio brick, but garden edging brick. It's fairly flat and wide. So I just kind of took the chunks and just kept pulverizing them until I got the consistency I was looking for. And for the grass, I'm going to be using these Woodland Scenics products. I got the blended turf and the fine turf as a weeds, and a little yellow grass, and then well, okay, I guess I had 2 canisters of the green blend. Anyway, blended turf. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. And what I'm going to use, just use this little putty knife I have, and I'm going to just go ahead and just start just gently sifting it on. Hopefully you're not getting wonderful views of just my hand, but you can actually see what's going on here. So I tried doing this before and took some videos and realized that you were getting nice, wonderful shots of this arm and this hand. So I decided to drop back 10 yards and punt and do this over again, and hopefully be able to get a better idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just sifting just a nice even layer over all the terrain. Not trying to get it too thick, because you don't want to cover up too much of the rock detail, but just enough to give you a thin layer of coat. Obviously, on the uneven areas, the dirt's going to naturally cascade down and fill nooks and crannies, and that's fine. And you'll have the bigger chunks here, which will look like regular boulders, sticking out in between the grass that I'm going to be laying down here. So do a little bit more here, and then I'll start throwing down some grass in the next scenes. Well, before I start putting the grass down, if you're using real dirt, you may be concerned about the dust getting everywhere, or covering up some of your rocks, or covering too much of the surface up. So what you can do is just take a little brush and just sweep some of the dirt off. Some of the features you want a bit more exposed and not covered up with dirt, and it makes more sense that way, because dirt will naturally fall into the cracks and crevices in nature as well. So you just kind of go over the areas that you feel are a little bit too covered up by dirt. Let me just sweep this off here a little bit. Sweep the track off. Whoops, getting shots of my arm. I don't care about seeing my arm. Just kind of brush the dirt off. You can see the detail starting to come out in the rock that way, and the dirt falls in the cracks. And that'll kind of happen with the grass too. It's fairly easy to put on. When you just dust the grass on, you just let it fall in the cracks and crevices. And some of the rocks may be covered up, and some may not, but hopefully just enough will stick out in the right amount, giving you a nice effect of having rocks stick out amongst all the greenery that you put down. Okay, I'm gonna start with some fine turf, weeds, and it's pretty slick how you put this down. Just let it drift down. Just let it go down, and it just magically transforms everything. It makes it all come to life. And you don't want too much of the green grass down along the track, because that's more than likely, I'm going to use a little touch of yellow grass to indicate that green stuff doesn't grow too well by the railroad track. There'll be some dead grass, and you can see, the grass will tend to fall in the cracks and crevices where the dirt would fall, and you have these nice rock features exposed that way. So you just do a light dusting like that. So we're going to go down along this cliff here a little bit at the bottom. Have some. And let me get that there. Put it all over here. Hopefully my arm is not in the way. Let me do go a little bit more here. I'll be shooting some more, so you'll get an idea what's going on. Okay, now I started to add a little bit of the blended turf, and I'm not going to put too much on just because I don't want to cover up all the green weeds underneath, but just kind of to give variation in color and texture as well. So just sprinkle it over lightly, and if the grass falls on a little bit too heavily on some rocks, you can always take your handy paintbrush and just kind of brush some of that off here. I have some rocks that I don't want covered up with grass, so let me just go ahead and you want a little hint of it here and there, because you may have some moss or lichen growing on the rock, so a little hint of it isn't going to hurt any. So now I've got the blended turf down. I'm going to throw down some coarse turf, kind of make things a little interesting. And then I'll just use this sparingly. I don't want to put too much on. Let me stand up here so you don't get these shots of my arms. You can see this stuff falling like green snow here. So a little winter wonderland of scenery here. And just put this down lightly. And this is not cooperating too well. I was having better luck with it yesterday. But that's fine. If you just want to add a hint of bigger clumps of weeds, then you don't want this stuff gushing out of this thing anyway. So just do a little bit here, just like that. And you can already see how all this detail, the rocks just kind of jump out at you once you start putting some grass down. It starts to look a bit more like the real thing, so I'll probably continue doing more of this. And what's up next is that I'm going to basically spray the entire surface down with wet water. First, a little shot of wet water in the spray bottle, and wet water is essentially just water with a drop of dish soap in there. And what that does, it kind of holds things in place, because when you throw the scenic cement, woodland scenic cement down, that doesn't come out in quite a fine a spray, so that tends to knock everything all over the place. So you kind of want to just kind of nail it down with a little bit of wet